Most people assume that a sudden, vicious leg cramp in the middle of the night is caused by dehydration or maybe a lack of potassium from not eating enough bananas. But for many of us over 60, the real story often points to a different, overlooked mineral, magnesium. This isn't just about a moment of discomfort. It's about the quality of your sleep and the confidence you have in your own body. It's about not dreading bedtime, worried you'll be jolted awake by that familiar, searing pain in your calf or foot. It's about getting a full, uninterrupted night of rest, so you can wake up feeling refreshed and ready for your day. In this video, we're going to explore exactly how magnesium acts like a calming switch for your muscles and nerves. I'll give you a precise portion guide for one of nature's best sources, pumpkin seeds, and I'll show you a simple roasting method that actually helps your body absorb this crucial mineral more effectively. Stick with me to the end, because I'll share a simple 3-step plan to get started and reveal the one common evening drink that can quietly undo all your efforts. This is all about gentle, food-based support. As always, this is educational information, and it's wise to discuss any new dietary habits with your doctor, especially if you have kidney concerns or are on specific medications. It's a frustrating and often painful experience, and you're not alone in this. If you find these practical health guides helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you tend to get cramps more in your calves, your feet, or somewhere else? Sharing our experiences helps everyone in this community learn. To understand why a simple seed can make such a difference, we first need to look at what's actually happening inside your leg when a cramp strikes. Think of your muscles and nerves as having a simple two-part communication system, a go signal and a stop signal. The go signal is largely controlled by calcium. Calcium flows into your muscle cells and tells them to contract, to tighten up. This is a normal, healthy process. It's how you walk, stand up, and clench your fist. The stop signal, or the relaxation signal, is where magnesium comes in. Magnesium essentially acts as a gatekeeper. It pushes the calcium back out of the muscle cells after the contraction is done, telling the muscle, "Okay, job's done. You can relax now." When you're low on magnesium, that gatekeeper is weak. The calcium can linger inside the muscle cells or rush in uninvited. The go signal keeps firing over and over again without a strong stop signal to counter it. Your nerve gets stuck in the on position and the muscle can't release. The result is that tight, painful, involuntary knot we call a cramp. It's not a sign of muscle weakness. It's a sign of a communication breakdown in your nervous system. You know the scenario all too well. You've finally gotten comfortable in bed. You're just starting to drift off, and then, bam, a blinding, gripping pain seizes your calf muscle. You have to throw the covers off, stumble out of bed in the dark, and try to stand on the cold floor to stretch it out, your heart pounding from the shock. For the rest of the night, you might lie there stiffly, almost afraid to move or point your toes, worried it will trigger another one. Understanding this calcium-magnesium balance is the first step. The goal isn't to get rid of calcium. We need it for our bones and many other functions. The goal is to ensure we have enough magnesium on board to maintain that crucial balance, to keep the gatekeeper strong so our muscles can relax as they should. Now, you might be thinking, I eat a healthy diet. Why would I be low in magnesium now when I never had this problem before? This is a very common and logical question. The story of magnesium gets a bit more complicated as we get older for a few key reasons. First is absorption. As the years go by, our digestive systems can become a little less efficient. The production of stomach acid, which is essential for breaking down foods and freeing up minerals like magnesium for absorption, can sometimes decrease. So even if you're eating magnesium-rich foods, your body might be struggling to pull as much of the mineral out of them as it did when you were younger. Second, and this is a big one, is the role of common medications. Certain medicines that are incredibly important for managing health conditions after 60 can have an unintended side effect on our mineral levels. For instance, some diuretics, often called water pills, prescribed for high blood pressure, work by flushing excess fluid and sodium from the body. But in the process, they can also flush out magnesium. Similarly, some medications used for acid reflux, known as proton pump inhibitors, work by reducing stomach acid, which, as we just discussed, can hinder mineral absorption. And third, our dietary patterns can subtly shift. We might eat smaller portions than we used to, or we might find ourselves sticking to the same handful of familiar, easy-to-prepare foods. If those go-to meals aren't naturally high in magnesium, a small, slow-developing deficiency can creep in over time without us even noticing. It can be very confusing. You might be eating your oatmeal for breakfast, a sensible sandwich for lunch, and a healthy dinner of chicken and vegetables, and still be woken up by cramps. This isn't about eating badly. It's about a growing need for specific nutrients that our bodies require in greater, more consistent supply as we navigate our later decades. This is why it's so important to be proactive. If you are taking diuretics for blood pressure or a proton pump inhibitor for reflux, it's an excellent idea to mention these leg cramps to your doctor and ask if they think monitoring your magnesium level with a simple blood test would be appropriate. So, if our bodies are having a harder time holding on to magnesium, the logical solution is to provide a reliable, concentrated source of it. And this is where the humble pumpkin seed truly shines. Pumpkin seeds, which you might also see sold as pepitas, which is just the Spanish term for them, are one of nature's most powerful and accessible magnesium powerhouses. They are nutritional giants packed into a tiny package. Just a single 1-ounce serving, which is about a quarter of a cup or a small, cupped handful, can provide nearly 40% of the recommended daily intake of magnesium for an adult. That is an incredible amount from such a small portion of food. This makes it a very efficient way to boost your intake without having to eat a large volume of food. But their benefits don't stop there. Pumpkin seeds are also an excellent source of other important nutrients. They contain heart-healthy unsaturated fats, plant-based protein, and a good amount of dietary fiber, which is crucial for digestive health and stable blood sugar. They also provide a significant amount of zinc, a mineral that is vital for a strong immune system and for wound healing. When you're choosing them at the store, you have a few options. You'll see them sold raw or roasted, shelled or unshelled, salted or unsalted. For our purposes, the most versatile and cost-effective choice is usually to buy raw, shelled pumpkin seeds. Buying them in bulk is often significantly cheaper than purchasing small, pre-packaged bags of roasted and salted seeds. You can find them in the bulk food aisle of most supermarkets. The question of raw versus roasted is an important one. While you can certainly get benefits from eating them raw, a simple home roasting process can actually make the magnesium and other minerals even more available to your body. We'll walk through exactly how to do that in just a moment. The key is a gentle process that unlocks the nutrition without damaging the delicate, healthy fats within the seed. Before we get to the roasting method, let's quickly address a common myth. Many people believe that because cramps are related to electrolytes, they should be eating heavily salted nuts and seeds. The idea is to replenish sodium. While sodium is indeed an important electrolyte, most modern diets already provide more than enough of it. Piling on more salt can work against your blood pressure goals. The hero of our story today is magnesium, not sodium. So, when you prepare your seeds, it's best to use no salt at all, or just a tiny pinch for flavor if you must. Now, for the simple, 3-step plan to prepare your pumpkin seeds for maximum benefit. This method is designed specifically to improve your body's ability to absorb the minerals locked inside. Step 1 is the quick soak. This is the single most important step and the one that most people skip. Before you do anything else, take your raw, shelled pumpkin seeds and place them in a bowl. Cover them with warm water and let them soak for just 15 to 30 minutes. You don't need to soak them overnight. This brief soaking period helps to neutralize a substance called phytic acid. Phytic acid is a natural compound found in seeds, nuts, and grains that can bind to minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron in your digestive tract, preventing them from being fully absorbed. The soaking process essentially tells the seed it's time to sprout, which reduces the phytic acid and unlocks the minerals, making them more bioavailable for your body. Step 2 is the low and slow roast. After soaking, pour the seeds into a strainer and rinse them. Then, pat them as dry as you can with a clean kitchen towel or paper towels. Spread them in a single, even layer on a baking sheet. The key here is to use a low temperature. Set your oven to around 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius. Roasting at a very high heat can damage the beneficial, delicate fats in the seeds. Pop them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. About halfway through, give the pan a little shake or stir them with a spatula to ensure they roast evenly. You'll know they're done when they are a light, golden brown color and you can smell a lovely, nutty fragrance. They will get much crispier as they cool down on the pan. If this simple roasting trick is helpful, a quick tap on the like button lets me know you'd like more practical kitchen tips like this. Step 3 is all about smart timing and snacking. The ideal time to eat your daily portion of pumpkin seeds is in the evening, perhaps an hour or two before you plan to go to bed. This gives your digestive system ample time to break them down and absorb that wonderful magnesium, so it's circulating in your system and ready to work its calming magic on your muscles and nerves while you sleep. A 1-ounce portion, that scant quarter cup, is all you need. You can enjoy them as a simple, satisfying snack on their own. Or you could sprinkle them over a small bowl of plain yogurt, a bit of cottage cheese, or even on top of a salad you're having with dinner. The consistency of this evening ritual is more important than the exact way you eat them. Now that we've established a positive new habit, we also need to talk about potential saboteurs, things that might be undermining your efforts. There is one very common evening ritual that can, unfortunately, waste the magnesium you're working so hard to get. I'm talking about alcohol. Even a single glass of wine, a beer, or a cocktail in the evening can significantly interfere with your body's magnesium balance. Here's how. Alcohol acts as a diuretic. This means it signals your kidneys to flush more water out of your system. As that extra water leaves your body in urine, it takes essential minerals along for the ride, and magnesium is one of the first to go. So, that drink you have to help you relax might actually be depleting your body of the very mineral it needs to help your muscles relax naturally. There's a second mechanism at play, too. Alcohol can interfere with your body's ability to activate vitamin D. This is important because active vitamin D is necessary for your intestines to absorb magnesium efficiently. So, alcohol delivers a double blow. It makes you lose more magnesium and makes it harder to absorb what you consume. Think about this familiar scenario. You have a glass of wine with dinner or a small nightcap to help you unwind before bed. It feels relaxing at the moment, but then a few hours later, you're shocked awake by a ferocious cramp in your hamstring or foot. It's a truly frustrating cycle, where the very thing you're using to de-stress might be a direct contributor to the physical stress that's disrupting your sleep. The solution doesn't have to be a forever ban, but if night cramps are a persistent problem for you, I highly recommend a simple experiment. For the next 1 to 2 weeks, Try replacing your evening alcoholic beverage with a calming, caffeine-free herbal tea, like chamomile or peppermint. At the same time, introduce your daily evening portion of roasted pumpkin seeds. Be an observer of your own body. See if you notice a difference in the frequency or intensity of your cramps. Many people are genuinely surprised by how quickly they see an improvement when they make this simple swap. While pumpkin seeds are a fantastic starting point, building a diet that is consistently rich in magnesium is the ultimate long-term strategy. Relying on a variety of foods ensures you get a broader spectrum of nutrients that all work together. For instance, almonds and cashews are also wonderful sources of magnesium and make for a great snack. Dark leafy greens, especially spinach, are packed with it. A helpful tip with spinach is to eat it cooked rather than raw. Cooking helps to break down compounds called oxalates, which, like phytic acid, can slightly interfere with mineral absorption. Legumes are another excellent category. Black beans, chickpeas, and lentils are all rich in magnesium, as well as fiber and protein. And for a treat, a small square of good quality dark chocolate, that is, 70% cocoa content or higher, can also contribute a surprising amount of magnesium to your day. A quick word on supplements. It's very tempting to just reach for a bottle of magnesium pills. And for some people, under a doctor's guidance, supplements can be very effective. However, it's crucial that you don't start taking them on your own. There are many different forms of magnesium: citrate, glycinate, oxide, and others, and they are absorbed differently and have different effects on the body. For example, some are more likely to cause digestive upset or loose stools. More importantly, for anyone with compromised kidney function, taking too much magnesium can be dangerous, as the kidneys are responsible for filtering out any excess. Food is always the safest and best first-line approach. Finally, it's vital to know when a leg cramp is more than just a cramp. If your cramps are extremely severe, if they are happening frequently throughout the day and not just at night, or if they are accompanied by other symptoms like persistent weakness, numbness, or swelling in your legs, it is essential that you schedule a visit with your doctor. Leg cramps can sometimes be a symptom of an underlying issue related to circulation, nerve function, or even a side effect of a different medication. These simple dietary changes are a wonderful tool for common night cramps, but they are not a substitute for a proper medical diagnosis when one is needed. So, what is the clear plan for this week? It's not about a complicated, radical overhaul of your entire diet. It's about starting one small, consistent, and powerful habit. The plan is to get some raw, shelled pumpkin seeds, use the simple soak and roast method we discussed, and enjoy a 1-ounce portion each evening. Think of this not as a chore, but as a nourishing ritual. It's a few minutes you take for yourself that prepares your body for a truly restful night. This is about so much more than just avoiding a moment of pain. It is about reclaiming your sleep, which is the foundation of all health. It's about feeling secure and confident in your body's ability to carry you through the day and rest peacefully through the night. You are giving your muscles and your nerves the exact tool they have been asking for to find their calm. Small, sustainable steps are the ones that build lasting health and preserve our independence. I'll link to some easy-to-read articles from reputable health institutions in the description below, in case you'd like to dive a little deeper into the science of magnesium. What's the very first step you plan to try? Are you going to go out and buy the pumpkin seeds, or maybe try the soaking and roasting method this evening? Let me know your plan in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might also be struggling with this common issue. Stay well, take good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.